All right, today it's time to talk about something a little more big and mainstream that a lot of people have been asking me about. It's my opinions on Captain America Civil War. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about it today. Released April 18th, 2016 from Marvel Studios, which is owned by Disney. Starring Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., and a whole pile of other people that I probably don't really have to name off. And it's directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, who would later go on to do Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. They also did Captain America the Winter Soldier before this one. And also they do other films like Extraction and Welcome to Collinwood, just to name a few. They were more into like comedies and stuff before that. So yeah. But they had around a $250 million budget, and the film made just over $1.1 billion at the box office. Now, this is the precursor film. This is the cap of the Captain America trilogy, and the precursor to the Avengers films. So, basically, if you were following up with the Marvel films and stuff, you'd see like all the other ones, and then it'll all lead up to this point. So this is basically where the first film where you see pretty much all of them come together and sort of like help each other out and stuff. Yeah, so this is an interesting little stepping stone that they have in the Marvel universe. Basically, you have Iron Man and his group of friends and stuff who want to put the Avengers together, and then you have Captain America and a couple like Black Widow and all of them, and half of them don't really agree on things right now, so it's a little rocky. They're looking back at all the devastation and stuff like that, and there's basically a civil war, an unrest in between them. It's all been dismantled, and so they fight amongst themselves to figure out what's going on and let it out. Now, the big problem I have with this film is, I know hundreds of people are saying like A+, great movie, blah blah blah. That is, this film doesn't really need to happen. Like, yeah, there is a book on it, which is pretty close to it too. But overall, it's just stupid, pointless fighting, where they could just talk it out and do it and be more that way, but because of the franchise and stuff like that, they had to do it in a big spectacular spectacle of fight scenes and that. And you do have a villain. You have the Winter Soldier in this, who's sort of like coaxing it a bit, but overall he does nothing. What's the point of putting him in the movie if he does absolutely nothing? Like, you're just wasting screen time. Anyways, yeah, this film, I thought, well, one, it's super long. It's 2.5 hours, and there was no point of this film at all. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's so they could build their friendships and do all this, do all that. But, yeah, they could do that throughout, like, the Avengers films or something like that. Like, they could not see eye to eye through, like, the first few, and which I think they do anyways. I think this one actually takes place a little bit after, but whatever. I don't really follow the Avengers timeline. I absolutely hate these movies. I don't care for them very much, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, this film was basically just a stepping stone to introduce that they were going to make Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther, so they needed a way to get you hooked into those so you could go see those ones instead. So that's basically the whole point of this movie, was doing it. And yeah, all it was drama, pointless drama, which most people have, which is relatable, but not in this big context technically, because yeah, they could have settled it much differently, but because this is a huge franchise and they needed some filler, this is how you get. A lot of people probably see it differently than I do. They're probably like, oh wow, this is how to overcome your differences, stand up, be a man, help them out. But like, also, this is friends fighting over nothing and nearly killing each other in an airport, on an airport like tarmac. So yeah, I thought it was pretty pointless. I know why they went this direction, and I know like the books go this direction, but this is just another filler. I found this was just a filler movie. for bigger things to come and to set up some new characters. That's all this was. So, but film-wise in general, the stunts in this film are really well put together. And the special effects, for the most part, are pretty good. There's a couple of things that are starting to look a little dated, even though it was only made like 5 years ago now. So, yeah, some of the CG's okay, but most of the fight scenes are all like done in camera and stuff like that, which is actually pretty impressive. And I do gotta say that was good. And the new actors and stuff are pretty good. Pretty much the acting in general is pretty good. But I thought like they just loaded it with junk just to have something there so you could make it intriguing and to keep the Marvel Studios name while the other ones are still getting finished and done. Overall though, to me this is just a stupid little stepping stone so they could progress it further to buy more time to make the other films. So yeah, but overall, like, the acting's good, special effects are good, and it looks cool. Like, the cinematography is pretty good in these movies. So yeah, but overall, I don't think it was really worth anything, and I thought it was pretty much a boring, long take of nothing. So that, Captain America Civil War, I'm going to give this one a 3 because I'm not super big into it. I was like, here, this was my second time ever seeing this movie since it was in theaters, and I pretty much didn't need to watch it at all. So basically, Captain America, pretty much a throwaway, just like all the other Captain America movies. Well, Winter Soldier, when I saw it in theaters, was pretty good. I haven't watched it since. But I absolutely cannot stand the first one. The first 2 Thors are terrible. Like, yeah. But if you want me to review any other Marvel movies and hear my opinions on those, this one is like middle ground for me. This is one of the few that I actually give like a little bit of like credit to, where I could dig into the other ones if you want me to, but I'm not going to go to my way to watch them anytime soon unless you guys suggest that you want to hear my opinions on them and see my point of views on them. Comment them down below if you want to hear my opinions on them, alright? So yeah, but Captain America Civil War, I'm giving this one a 3. It's not top class at all. It's just a filler movie for me, for the series, I think, and the whole Marvel Universe. So with that, that's what I think of this film. Comment your opinions down below. I know you guys are probably going to tear me apart because I absolutely hate, I'm not a fan of these films, but can't please everybody. Stupid executives. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, comment your opinions down below. Like this video, share it so more people can be stunned at my opinion. And yeah, make sure you subscribe because you never know what I'm going to talk about next. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. And I usually have the title and hashtag and the genres and subgenre of film it is on the video clip. So you don't have to complain to me about all this nonsense. So yeah, yeah, so make sure you follow me on Instagram, stay in the loop. Yeah, comment if you want to hear my opinions on any of the Marvel movies or any other film in general, and you want to hear my opinions on what I thought of it, comment those down below too. Try my hardest to get to them as soon as I can. Yeah, make sure you subscribe because usually you never know what I'm going to talk about next, and you probably have no idea what I'm going to talk about next because I sure don't. And yeah, that's that. Also, the trailer's linked down below too if you forgot what this film was about, which is rare, but yeah. So hopefully, maybe I'll review some of the Marvel movies just to stir the pot a bit, but yeah. But for now, I'm going to take a break and watch something a little more easygoing and still out of my realm, really, for films that I don't really watch very often. So I'm going to do another one of those, I think, but till that review comes out, I guess I'll see you later.